An evil you see in others is a seed that has been planted in you. Jesus told us in Matthew chapter 6, he says that the light of the body is the eye. If your eye be single, then your whole body is full of light. But if your eye be evil, then your whole body is full of darkness. Realize what Jesus said. He says, if your eye is single, there's light for your whole body. It means your hands, your legs are influenced by your eyes. And he says, if your eye be evil, not that your hands are evil, it's your eye that is evil. And he says, then your whole body is full of darkness. So there's something your eye sees that influences your whole being. So when you see an evil in someone, something evil the person is doing, it's a seed, it's something that's been fed into you. It has been planted in you. Just by you observing the evil, you don't need to have liked it. All you needed to do is to have seen it. That's why in Psalm 1, the Bible says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the wicked, nor seated in the seat of the scornful, standeth in the way of sinners. The man is blessed not because of whether he's doing something bad or not, but because he's in an environment where those bad things are not done, so he doesn't get to see them. Let me give you a practical example. You might be driving across the road, or driving along the road rather, and then you see someone bribe a police officer, and you can see that as evil. But I say that evil you've seen has been planted in you. You might not like it, but it's a seed planted in you. If a day comes where a policeman stops you, let's say you're rushing to catch up with a flight, you're almost late, and here's a policeman that stops you, a document of yours is faulty. The truth is that an option that comes to your mind will be to bribe the policeman. Whether you do it or not is a different ballgame, but that thought is likely to be there. Why would the thought be there? Because you have seen someone else exhibit that evil and it has worked. So when you get there, that option is there. Nobody had to tell you that should you bribe the policeman or not. No, you have observed it. So it came from within you. And you can translate that into so many things. You hear of people who came from an abusive family where the father was beating the mother, and then they decided they will not want to be like that. They ended up abusing their wives. Why? No, they observed it. The fact that they hated it when it was done to their mother did not negate the fact that it was put into them simply by observing it. So, here's my counsel. When you find an evil in someone, correct it first in yourself. When you see someone doing something wrong, before you act as a judge to quickly judge them, correct that fault in you. Don't just hate them for what they've done. Look at yourself. Yes, the log is in their eyes, but you don't realize that a speck is also in your eyes just by observing the log in their eyes. You don't realize that now you've learned a way to do something negative because you observed it in someone. The story of Lot, he's in Sodom and Gomorrah. You see how the men come into the place, the angels, and then the men of the city want to sleep with them. And Lot refuses. He says, no, you will not do that. And he gives his daughter instead as an exchange. You can see how messed up that was. An evil is to be done. Lot's solution to an evil is another evil. Why not to sit down with them? Why not to encourage them? No, why not advise them? Whatever. No, the option available to him was based on the evil he has seen in the land. You are aspiring to get into politics. The errors you see in the politicians ahead of you, don't just assume you won't make that mistake. Have you seen the errors? Yes, that has been planted in you. When you get there, you have the potential to make those same mistakes. So what should you do? Before you get there, solve that seed that was planted in you by observing that evil. Does that mean you cannot correct others? Oh, you should correct others. But start first by correcting yourself. Start first by making sure that that bribery you observed, when you get into that position, you will not do it because you've corrected it in yourself. Start by ensuring that abuse you've seen your father do towards your mother, or your mother towards your father, that you correct it in yourself by saying, if my partner ever insults me, this is how I react. I will not hit. This is how I'll go about it. Solve it as though you're the one that committed it. Jesus said that if a man observes a woman lustfully, he has already committed it. But it's only his eyes that were moving. No, when you present that woman to him, then what he saw with his eyes, his body will automatically do. Jesus said that seed was planted in him when his eyes saw it. So what should he have done? Immediately he saw the woman lustfully. What should he have done? He should have solved it with himself. He became an adulterer from his eyes seeing the woman lustfully. So he corrects it himself, so that when he eventually sees that woman that he's lusting after, he won't act the sin that was planted in him already. So a fault you find in others is a seed that has been planted in you. Uproot it from you before you try uprooting it from the other person.